Okay, Ormul, are you still here? Can you say something in chat, please? Yes, you are. I see you in the user list. Okay, I've heard that the North Carolina, Iowa, Montana line isn't worth going down for ranked because the strong AA isn't as much of a CV deterrent as you might want. Is that accurate, or is that the usual anti-CV saltiness? So all tier 10s, well, tier 8, tier 9, tier 10, whatever, all battleships are approachable. Every single ship in the game is approachable. Even the Holland, although the Holland is murderously fucking nasty in terms of AA, especially if spec'd. The Austin is fucking murderously nasty in terms of AA. But every single ship is still at a place where a CV can interact with it. Now, if there are 2 North Carolinas next to each other, or 2 Montanas next to each other, that's pretty tough. Can you deal damage to them? Yes. Will you lose a lot of planes while you deal damage to them? Yes. Are you going to be able to solo one down? Probably not. Because just the fact that the 2 Montanas are there doubles your plane loss, and you probably run out of planes before you could kill one. You could do a lot of damage. Maybe if you get lucky with fires and floods, you might be able to somehow burn it down, but it's not going to be something that you alone are going to be able to just knock out. Whereas, like, if you're against a solo Montana, you might be able to bomb it twice, which could be maybe 40,000 damage plus some fire damage, then come over and torp it twice. That might be an additional 30-ish K damage. Maybe you get a flood in there. I mean, you could do a severe amount of oof to a single Montana, and you're going to lose some planes, but I mean, you're going to hurt it. And you can continually come back and keep hurting it until it goes down. When you double the AA, add a second Montana, add a cruiser, add some kind of destroyer that has significant AA threat, you change the numbers, and it stops becoming a solo interaction. There's no battleship which is outstandingly amazing against planes in its own right. That being said, the US line, the slower line, like the Vermont line, has defensive fire, and from what I understand, pretty kickin' AA. So I don't think the Montana is bad, and if you really want to bolster it, instead of taking spotter plane, you could take fighter. If you're expecting in your ranked situation or clan battle situation that you're going to isolate the battleship, you can take a fighter. The fighter is going to deny us a follow-up trip against like bombers or something. You might have the torpedoes heal through it, but I don't know if they get a good second drop off that. So you have the ability to bolster the weakness, but it's not amazing. Even the Minnesota would choose squadrons when they focused you. Yeah, I mean, that line has a significantly more AA than the other lines do. So if you're really just like, man, I need something that can go independent operation, I mean, that you could theoretically go that way. I don't know. There's like almost too many containers now. Holland is extremely strong. Yes, Holland is designed to be a very, very significant AA threat. Austin is strong as well. Yeah, there's so many events running. Yes, there were quite a few. Yeah, in terms of Rokiri talking about, you know, the team's not coming forward, Wargaming, I guess, is aware of that, because that's part of the reason why they made the Italian battleships. Italian battleships are going to want to fight from mid-range, which means they come in closer, which means the destroyer isn't just stuck completely on his own being a front line. The Dutch cruisers are designed to be armored, so I guess, I mean, this is a guess here, but like, an Alaska is pretty tanky, right? My assumption is that the Dutch cruisers are going to be kind of similar in terms of tankiness to like an Alaska. So where they're going to show up, they're going to be able to take a beating, but they're going to be able to give support in terms of like an AA blanket or just frankly presence. So stuff like that. So hopefully by the addition of like some new lines or some stuff like that, or for instance, the German destroyers, they're not frontline DDs. They're like middle frontline DDs. Their detection's a little worse, I think. Their guns fire a little longer. They're really accurate. So they can support a front line, but they're not necessarily the front line. So again, it's not backline, it's not frontline. They're trying to like maybe bolster up this middle to thicken up some options in terms of like what you can do to give the frontline support, I guess. Okay, well, I mean, we've earned quite a bit. We started with 80,000, we're up to 154, so we've gotten about 60k done. I also apologize the last couple of days. I haven't come in here to be a dick. That's not my intention. I'm just trying to apply surface ship knowledge. Sorry if you ground the gears. No, it's okay. Sometimes talking points can get me. If I hear the same talking point multiple times, it can be... You can elicit a reaction. But it's just... When folks come in and they're dead set on the idea that there's nothing you can do, it's like, God, please, just try to think about this. Think about it a little. That's all. Been hearing the same thing 24/7 gets annoying. I mean, sure. Evidently, Thor, Chris Hemsworth, in the years between Infinity War and Endgame, heard should have gone for the head like hundreds or thousands of times. And there's a dude that was in Star Trek who, I guess, Will Wheatley, that when people see him they go, "Shut up, Wesley," or something, and is like, "I am done with this phrase."
Fighter airborne.
But it's also kind of frustrating where the rocket change was announced and you'll hear people, good CV players still gonna murder destroyers. Like, you understand how fundamentally different this is? Nah, it doesn't matter. CV's still OP. Oh my Jesus, fuck. Like, come on. Think about this a little.
Destination reached. Autopilot mode disabled.
Lumbo has hell with a CV. Your range is so short, you get spotted, you can run for something. Hitakazi's AA is no joke. Turns back in here. Can we cut this line? We definitely lose a plane on this, but I think we get a second strike. Yeah. For you, the Nightmare in Ranked isn't the carrier, it's the Smallens. Yes, Smallens are fucking oppressive as shit. It's very true. If you play Yamato, you're never near someone who can actually shoot down planes, then you get the FDR, which throws the plane style on its head. Well, yes, but your CV should be playing defensively. Your CV should be putting fighters over the Yamato if the Yamato is isolated. If the Yamato really wanted to, he could not run spotter plane and run fighter plane instead if he was really concerned about AA. I mean, again, like, it comes down to teamwork. If this Fletcher derped into a Z and a Minsk, the Z and the Minsk kill him because it's one destroyer against two. It's just the truth of the matter. Like, you don't just get to put on your hero pants and start like double and triple killing bitches because you felt like it. You know? You've reached your final form or whatever. Do you have any shots on this? No. There's some shots. Miss. Right, whatever. Waste of time. Can bomb the Bismarck? Yeah, Marceau can hurt a Smallland. That is true. Okay. So we can't deal with the Z. Minsk is hopefully still taking shots. Is he to torp? No. Probably should have pre-dropped for this, but we can rapid cycle on another squad, so it's okay. Fine. Go for this again. Single sit's pretty shitty. Do we not have a battleship here? We have 4 over there. Sure, that makes sense. Okay.
Autopilot mode enabled.
I think I have to work on the Minsk. Bismarck turns back in, right? Like, he doesn't even need to run. I think he turns into torpedoes. Maybe not. Wouldn't that be cool? Nipped him again. Still not enough. Let's try to work on the front line. Maybe we can push him back. Hopefully he goes down soon.
All stations, concentrate fire on the target.
Burns out?
Fighter airborne. Concentrate fire on the designated target. All stations, reporting the position of a strategic target. All stations, concentrate fire on the target. Attention, reporting the target position.
He burns out. He's got to be out of, it's got to be about out of damage con, whatever. Get a good hit on the Minsk, maybe twice. Cut the turn, cut the turn, cut the turn. Shoot again, please. It's just reversing. Maybe? No, it went forward. Needed him to shoot again. Vlad dies. Pommern shot. Probably going for the ram. Fletcher, smoke the Neptune, bruh. Smoke. You two do stuff. Neptune smokes. You two do stuff. Or, better, screen for this shit. Work on the Massachusetts? Maybe we could work on the Aegir. Vlad is not dead. Pommern still kills the Vlad, though. Dead. Massachusetts is too hard to kill. Not to say that the Aegir is easy, but it's gonna have less health and less healing. Or, well, I guess it's similar in terms of health, but should have less healing. Should? Than the Mass. Plus, I think the Massachusetts has the fast cycling heal of like a Georgia. I think. Overled a bit there. Burn out this direction away from the Mass AA. Get one more torp in on the Aegir, I think. Maybe not, actually. The AA here seems pretty consistent. Nope. Okay, let's try to work on this, I guess. These destroyers are playing with their AA cover. I don't have ways in on this. I mean, I'd still have to find the destroyers just to be able to shoot the destroyers. And I can't with all that. But we could work on the Pommern, maybe. Are they gonna ram, too? What the hell is this? Also, why is the New Orleans not dead? How is he not eating shit from Georgia and Tirpitz secondaries? It's a New Orleans. Tirpitz gets sideswiped. New Orleans is dead. George is running off the map. should be a kill.
Enemy battleship sunk.
Okay, Georgia threatens Bravo. It's gonna be soloed
Nice work.
by the Shikaku. How do we deal with this stuff? How do we deal with this stuff? Fletcher's dead. Fuck. Oh, please eat torps. Eats one. Eats one. One's good. Zuma has defensive fire. We are inside of flak. Massachusetts should be reflooded. We're running out of planes. Minsk is far off. Z, I don't know. Both those DDs are dead. Neptune has to bail.
Capture that area.
Maybe we could light a fire on the mass? Or maybe the Z-52 is isolated? Maybe you better look at A. What do you want me to look at? Why do we see the Z?
Fighter airborne. Fighter airborne.
Okay, big hits. I don't know if I could do this. I don't... Maybe? Mass's AA is blocked. We lose a plane going in on this. Come on, Neptune. Be a hero. Be a hero, Neptune. What? Fuck. I don't have anything. Maybe we bomb the Massachusetts? I don't know. Is he in smoke? Not in smoke.
Set a smoke screen.
Good spot for you, brah. Set a smoke screen, dude. Z-31 is doing the thing. Let's see. Massachusetts is pretty not citadelable. Let's try to get resets on the Z-31. Keep fucking running. We might have to cap. Z was relit. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. 20 seconds.
Fighter destroyed.
We can get that. I saw him. I saw him. It's drifting out of smoke. We get a reset here. Come on. Come on. Come on. Fucking.
All forces, capture that area.
We have too much health to be not in A. Okay, maybe we can do something with the mass. I have a heal. I have to use it before we get priority target sniped. Oh, T6 Z-31's coming back. We get one torp there, we don't get more. Please make plays. Fucking do stuff. Nope. Okay. Let's get the mass. Get the fucking mass. You get the mass. I can... Yeah! I can work on stuff. Still an A gear, though. That's 2 destroyers. Can we help with the A gear? Not if all our fucking planes are dead. Start the attack so that we take the damage reduction on the... Whatever. Come back out with rockets, start working on this shit. So, I mean, I can't kill... I don't have any fucking assets. Georgia! Georgia!
All forces, capture that area. Capture that area.
Whatever. We have to capture A.
Fighter airborne.
All right, come on. This is cool. Z's doing the thing. Z and the Neptune, bros forever. Making the dream work.
Enemy destroyer blown up.
I have nothing. Let's wait for a third torpedo. We can help on the Aegir. We might spot the Z as we cut through. Go down, go down, go down. Go to sleep, 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 go to sleep. Yeah! See if we can spot the Z. Oh, well, he's AFK. That's kind of sad.
Waypoint reached.
Or detected. I assume he's rolling up this way. Come on. Come on. Yeah, the AA on the Z does not suck.
Fighter destroyed.
Slow him down. What? Okay. Leave your AA on. Tell me where you are. Saw him briefly. I don't know if we make this. 3, 2, 1. Please. Oh, yeah.
We've sunk an enemy destroyer.
Really fucked his team there. I don't know where their CV is. I mean, I guess I could look for it. He's probably, what, over here or something? There he... There she blows. Georgia guns erase this off the map. Amazing throw. What do you mean throw? They weren't able to kill the Neptune, the Z came back to support him. Once the destroyer came back to support him, the Neptune was able to do shit. You get hit by the Cartolo? Oh, maybe he shot us. Wham. I think I have pre-drop here. I don't know if I do.
Our victory is in sight.
Yeah, we lose one plane, but we get to shoot. Just go forward. That's all you have to do. Chikaku's dead to the Georgia. Georgia's secondaries could just, rip through this dude as well. 20 seconds, though. I think he lives. Not enough time. Chen, you get a Citadel. Shoot now or lose it. 3, 2. He lives. So close. The other team threw. They needed to do things. They didn't do things. I mean, it's not like they didn't try. Seafill, you start with the US line. US line has the best feedback loop for new players. It has high penetration on the rockets and bombs, which means if you're going to hit something, that you're going to deal damage to it, which is a good feedback loop for a player. If you take like German or British, for instance, you might rocket something and all it does is ricochet. You might bomb something and all it does is overpen or ricochet. It's like, it could be really frustrating because you're like, I'm doing this and it's not giving me anything. the rockets and the bombs on the US line are going to give you a feedback loop. So, oh, I shot him, it hit him, stuff happened, yay. Once you do the US line, you can move over to the IJN line. It's going to be a little different. It's going to be a little harder, as it's a little clumsier in terms of how it interacts. And then if you wanted to go to the British or the Germans, they can do great things, but they're very ship dependent. So if you're against a ship that you just don't know what to do with, or sorry, if you're against a ship that you just don't scratch, well, you don't scratch them. So, yay. Hey, T-Bone. So C-Phil says, if you have the Ranger, play in co-op. Play a lot in co-op. Learn how to shoot rockets. They're going to change in a patch, but I mean, it's not changed right now. Learn how to shoot the rockets. Learn how to lead. Learn how to lead with the torpedoes. Learn how to bomb. Learn that stuff in co-op when you actually feel like, okay, I know how to shoot stuff. Try moving into operations. Tier 6 operations all have carriers that you can play, so you can have a little bit more of an immersive experience trying to shoot at stuff that's, well, not just a bot running in a straight line. Bots will try to avoid CV torps, so whatever, but still, it's good for learning. Ranger's frustrating. Well, tier 6 carriers are not designed to carry. Tier 4 is not designed to be amazing, because tier 4 is a learning tier. It's extremely basic. All you do is you very slowly go from point A to point B and attack something. And the attacks you do suck. So you're not going to do a lot of damage. You're not going to have a lot of impact. You're just trying to do something. Tier 6, you're going to have more impact, but your damage is still limited. You're still gated at tier 6 because the AA isn't crazy. That's to give you more room to learn, room to grow as a player. So it's still pretty basic. Just like, you know, tier 6 battleships have shitty aim. Why? Because people are still learning how to play cruisers. If they had amazing aim at tier 6, cruisers die. Well, how do people progress up the rank while they're learning how to play cruisers if there's not a place for them to learn how to play cruisers? Stuff like that. Torpedoes don't go 20 kilometers. They go like 6 or 8. So destroyers have to get really close to help people that are new, kind of, I don't know, maybe interact with the DDs or something. Anyway, once you get to tier 8, the AA kicks up. You start having real plane or resource loss jeopardy situations that you're going to have to look at kind of as their own thing. And it can actually be a big jump going from tier 6 to tier 8. It can be really surprising. So C-Phil, what I'm going to do... so here's my little, here's my little pimp the YouTube thing. So if you !YouTube, there's going to be 2 things that I can recommend for new players. If we look and we search on the channel, first off, you can search for 101, which is Carrier Basics 101. This is in a Langley. All this talks about is what is a reticle? What are rockets? What are torps? What are bombs? It's extremely basic. So that gives you a really solid foundational, but we also have, there were 2 coaching sessions that were done. One was a coaching session in ranked, one was a coaching session with WoW Starlord, who's a streamer. She's played some. She has like a Lowenhard or something, and she likes to play it, but she wasn't really getting any results. She didn't feel like she was in command of the situation. By the way, thank you, Lord Smiley, for the 8 months, dude. So... I did some over-the-shoulder and Discord stuff, and we talked about, like, the mouse and the keyboard. Some people will fight to aim with the mouse and also the keyboard, and they fight against each other, and it fucks up the aim and stuff. We talked about that. We talked about how to lead targets, what to do. There's a whole bunch of stuff. So if you've been in a situation where you played some, but you still have a lot to learn, that coaching session is going to be a really good place to go from 101 to like, what are the next steps? Because she's still got a long way to go, but I mean, that was the next steps. And as with any of my videos, if you're listening to me talk, you can kick it up to a ×2 speed, because God knows I talk really slow. Yay, Southerner. So if you're just like, whoa, do I really want to listen to this stuff just meander? You can kick it to ×2. It's fully comprehensible. Some people do like the slower pacing when they're trying to learn stuff. Also, I have a non-English speaking audience, so you know, English is a second language, so the slower pacing is good. But if you are very familiar with English, you can double the speed and it's perfectly fine. T-Bone, need advice to get yourself through Bronze League and Ranked without shooting yourself. It's just going to be about learning the game. Like, legit, it's about learning the game. So, how about this? T-Bone, your game saves replays. So if you want to save a replay or two of what you did in Bronze, you know, we can check them out and see what's going on. I specialize in replays that deal with CVs. I also do anti-carrier tactics. But I mean, if you've got like a basic thing where it's like, I'm trying round Bronze and I'm just getting my ass kicked, maybe there's some really basic lessons or basic things that we can talk about that can give you an idea of what's going on or maybe what you're missing. Did I rank out? Yes, I ranked out yesterday. It took me about 3.5 hours, 3.5, 4 hours, something like that. We went 14 and 4, and 3 of those matches we saved a star. Is it 14 and 4?
Fighter airborne.
Or was it 15 and 4? Maybe it was 15 and 4. Just can't get any teamwork? Well, I mean, that could be a thing. Still, I mean, if you're having a specific issue, we could try to look at it, and maybe there's something that just fundamentally isn't translating very well. I might actually try to do a replay day, because it does seem like people really enjoy having replay stuff checked out. The only problem with replay day is it's hell in my voice because I talk a lot. So how many is Farragut Visteris? We don't see the Visteris. Atsu might end up coming across it. We do have a fighter that's kind of warding in case the Visteris wants to go in. Farragut pops smoke. There's a lot of stuff over here. We could work on the Caracciolo because it's isolated. There's how many? 9 players? There's a DD somewhere. So 8, and then what are we missing? The other CV.
Destination reached. Autopilot mode disabled.
Oh, we strike the Otago. Otago should never be this forward. Otago's not a tank, so why would you put him in the front line? He's slowing down. We, you know, dropped underneath. I did use my heal though, so I don't just get to strike back into the Otago. That Otago is dead. To be honest, it's a terrible shot. We are away from the Nysa now, which is nice. You have a shot on the Bismarck or no? Nope, he gonna turn. Can pull him forward. Potentially good. It's the Visteris. Ooh, Hatsu's getting hurt. No, he's in smoke. Good. Try to work on this. We might actually bomb the Caracciolo. This is fairly even, though.
Autopilot mode enabled.
Maybe when you get to Lexington, you'll send in a replay. You don't have to wait. Sometimes, you know, when you're still just trying to figure shit out, having a little bit of help can go a long way. Like if you're a new destroyer, sometimes it's not about what you're doing. It's not about your aim. It's about maybe a position or a line that you take or your movement or something. You know, don't be afraid to submit a little earlier. Here's the Visteris.
Concentrate fire on the designated target.
Can I think I could respot him on the edge of this fighter. I think he's still moving forward, right? Yeah, he is.
All stations reporting the position of a strategic target.
It's coming in out into the rain from under the umbrella.
Autopilot mode disabled.
Don't you just love it when you're a CV, you drop a fighter for somebody and the first thing they do is run out from underneath it?
All forces, capture that area.
Okay. Get one more good hit on that. That's going to take that down. We can try bombing the Caracciolo. Speaking of the Caracciolo, I enjoyed the ship. Its accuracy is terrible, but I did enjoy the play. Should be a kill? Let's work on the Caracciolo. Try and help this. Try and help the North Cal.
Autopilot mode enabled.
See, like that stuff, that's not going to exist anymore with the rocket changes. It will be sad times. So we would need the Hatsu to take the shots. We would need the North Cal to take the shots. Otherwise, the Viserys gets out. But right now, we can deal with the problem for the team. When the rocket changes come out, we will not be able to. Oh, whatever. There we go.
Fighter airborne.
I've seen this dude before. Oof. Fighter latches and starts to shoot. North Cal goes down. Triple sit. Much oof was had by all. We could probably do that again. I think I might be able to heal through the fighter to an extent. Isn't he on the forums? The daddy guy? I don't know. The Putin guy? I don't know. Maybe. We'll give him some cover as he repositions, but right now he's doing perfectly okay.
Fighter airborne.
Kaga's bailing. So he's got a 4 fighter. We have...
Destination reached.
We have 10 planes. We do have an engine boost. So we have to wait for the fighter to latch. We'll burn a plane. Aw, if we let the other guy go first, then we wouldn't latch the fighter. But we can heal, so I mean, it's the bro move, right? Late on the heel, I'm late on the heel. Worked out though. Okay, cool. But he dropped a fighter, so the fighter's gonna clean us up on the return trip. So we'll bail. Nope, already shooting. We lose the planes. Pew pew pew. All 5 of them dead. Kaga's low enough we could kill him with a single bombing run. Well, assuming we get citadels. Citadel and some pens. He did recall, and he's going to outrun his fighter if we just wait. Tago's not a joke, though. Atsu's opening up on him. Maybe.
Enemy aircraft carrier sunk.
So 3 battleships to 3 plus an Atago. They're not having a great time. Having a good time. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Let's see. Bismarck's hurt. Really, I'd like to go after the Atago. Pop the engine boost, see if we can move in on this. Can't kill off a single strike, but we can hurt him. There we go. He's down. See if we can set a fire on the Bismarck, maybe? Yeah, so... Kago's still in the game, though. Shit. Whatever. Takes a while for them to aim. Hatsu gets on Charlie. I can drop him a fighter. It's against the Ryujo, so 5 planes against the Ryujo is coming out with 8 rockets. Can still take the strike, he just loses planes for it. And we can strike into this. Actually, we could do this silliness, right?
Fighter
No.
airborne.
We'll do that. It's coming in with 7. Rather than dumpstering... Well, I don't know if we can dumpster it, but rather than going after that... Okay, he's going to pre-drop down a few times, which means we get the cap. So we're going to go after the Gneisenau. Why would you turn on your AA? He's in smoke, so he's fine. Gneisenau has 3 planes. We come in with 9. We eat damage here because it's a Gneisenau. Oh, we snuck through that. Fighter goes down. Cool. Triple Citadel or no Citadel. Gneisenau's pretty zippy. Two? Not 2. Burns out? Burns out. Torps for the Bismarck. I hear it's weak to that. Oh, he repaired. Hello, Femininely. What is up? You don't know Fem. She is a wealth of knowledge and an excellent player. And a hell of a lot more fun than me. I'm pretty sarcastic, I guess. Kind of acidic, maybe you might say. But definitely very droll. Or dull? I don't know. Can recommend the Fem. So I would imagine everybody who's in this channel probably already knows her. But I will type the little shout out thing. If you haven't checked her out, you should. She is a wealth of information, and as I said, she is fun. Timmy, what the fuck are you doing? Ah! Why are you scared, bro? Alright. So if he's turning to us, he's, well, kind of broadside in the Piotr. Nope, turning back out. We might catch this line. Maybe. So,
Our victory is in sight.
you hard turning or what? I think he catches 1 on the side. We could probably bomb the New Mexico at this point.
Enemy battleships
Autopilot mode enabled.
taking the lead.
Also has super cute cats. She does. I have no cat cam. Sadly, no cats from Wa. But I do like cats. I would like to have a cat. Nothing personal, but better looking too. Alright. It's a Q dump, dude. So Wargaming is actually very, very concerned about their queue. The time that it takes for somebody to be in matchmaking. So, is it obnoxious to have multi-CV games? Yeah, it certainly can be. But, they do that because they don't want people to be sitting in queue for too long. And when somebody's sitting there for like 5 minutes or something, that's when they hit that threshold where they're like, nope, just do it. Just put them in there. See what happens. You get 2? 1. Blast off. He's probably okay. Nope, he's not okay.
The ship is on fire.
He shot at us. 50 seconds when this guy goes down, the match is done. How disgusting. Griefers and CV. Who? Who is griefing? Alright. That does not kill him. That should probably be about 12k. Nope, just 9. So if we land another 2, that'll be a kill. Might go down to the George Piotr. That should be a kill, and that'll end the match.
We destroyed an enemy battleship.
Okay. So this is my Japanese regrind stream. Are we above? Nope, not yet. I've reset the Japanese line as I've done a few times before. I think this is my third time regrinding the Japanese line. I did actually. I'll go ahead and pimp the YouTube. So if you check this out, this is a YouTube channel, and because there are a lot of people that came over from FEM, I am going to kind of explain this real quick. I'm Ensconce. Hello, I teach CV and anti-CV tactics. I do play surface ships, I play other stuff, I play other games, so I don't always play carrier, which can be frustrating to some people because they want to see me play carrier. So sometimes that happens, but there's a few things to know. First off, if you're having trouble with CVs, if you're in a surface ship and you're just getting slapped around by a carrier, save the replay, you can send it to me, I'll look at it for free, because a lot of people don't know how to fight against carriers. It's actually, there are ways to do it, there's ways to position on the map that reduce a carrier's influence, and I'm happy to point that out. Is it going to magically solve the game for you? No. But will it help? Yes. Over on the YouTube, there are, for instance, you can type in kind of keywords, coaching, you can talk about AA, should bring up a whole bunch, 27 videos on AA. Fighter should bring up quite a bit. Interceptor, if you have a question about the interceptor skill, we'll bring up some. If you have questions about the FDR or a specific carrier, you can type in the name, you'll probably see a lot of it. Basically, I try to use playlists because I'll be honest, I put up so much stuff, you would never find any of this crap if I didn't. So the lessons playlist, for instance, people ask me questions. Hey, what do you think of the US commander skills? We talk about them, and I don't just give you a skill, I talk about it so you can make informed decisions. How do you place a CV? Should you scout or GD harass on a scouting run? When to heal with using torps, a whole series on explaining AA. There's a whole lot of information here. There's also regrind streams, which is what I'm doing right now. I put all my ranked stuff up as well if you want to see CVs and ranked play, although I do play some surface ships. So if you were ever thinking about grinding, say, the US line, here's literally the 3 sessions that it took us to do that. It was about 18 hours to do a regrind from tier 4 all the way up to tier 10. Because I play CV a lot. I know I'm good at it. Talking is kind of controversial. People ask me questions, I give them my frank response. Sometimes it's interesting, sometimes not so much. I am doing a dramatic reading of armor if I ever get the hell back around to doing it. There's a lot of stuff here. So a lot of times people ask me questions in chat and I will refer them to a YouTube video because I've already answered that question. There's a lot of stuff there. So that being said, if you do have questions, feel free to ask. The hell? Oh, we got a thing. Okay, cool. If you do have questions, feel free to ask, but please understand that if I get sucked into the game, I might not read your question very quickly. Don't be afraid to repeat it. I don't take it personal. It's okay if you repeat the same question a few times, you know, you don't have to spam it 3 times in a row, but just give me some time, I'll eventually look at it, and I'm happy to respond. Some people do get surprised or do get upset. I might read a question, half-assedly answer it while I'm in the middle of something, see a different question, answer that, and it's like, hey bro, you didn't finish mine? Don't be afraid to repost it. I'm happy to get back to it. I'm a little scatterbrained like that, so it's okay. Am I close to the Hakuryu? I think I'm more than halfway, but I'm probably gonna end up free XPing the last little bit. Okay. It's a lot of battleships. Alright, so for those that aren't used to my channel, I do try to comment what I'm doing. I don't comment as much as I used to. I tend to be more, you know, what's at the forefront of my brain while doing something, but CV is always going to start out with a scouting run, give our team an idea of what they're going up against. So what I'll often do is come over, drop a fighter in a far cap, which will eventually spot these people as they move forward, and come across to spot the mid as well as the far. If there's 3 or 4 destroyers, I might actually divert off the scouting run just to be able to strike a destroyer, because 3 to 4 DDs can be pretty chaotic. See if we can bully back the front line a little bit. So putting the fighter here, if a destroyer tries to come into the cap, he'll be lit by the fighter. So you'll have to shoot it down if he wants to come in unseen. And as the battleships or cruisers move forward, they should be spotted by this at range. So 3 DDs is enough. Japanese can hard cut a 90-degree line if you slam on the brakes during the prep phase of the attack. That's the yellow reticle. So we do actually get a good hit there. Now he's maneuvering, so this will not be as good of a hit. Or even do anything at all. And I don't know, the Kootenas have probably stopped me, but I will come over and try to scout this other flank while I can. So we know that the Sims is there. We know the Sims has been nudged a little, so that's useful. Fighter's about to go down. It did spot some of the battleships as they moved up. And there's the Schultz, who's taking some pretty significant oof from the Udaloy. We're gonna drop a fighter just before we shoot. He detonated. It's pretty sexy. Kitakazi Sims looking over at Alpha. These guys are kind of moving up, and fighters should spot some of this backline bullshit, which will be useful. Kutuzov might be in smoke. Colorado, actually, we could work on, because it looks like he's slowly transitioning over. But, I mean, it would be good to get information on what's going on here. How else could you handle the old RTS carriers with stuff everywhere? I couldn't play RTS. I don't multitask like that at all. I can't. My mind sucks at it. So, like, Femininely could play old RTS carriers, so props to her. I hear she was amazing at it. It's not something I can do. We'll try to push him out of the cap. I can't cause resets here, but I can light him for other people to take some pot shots. See if we can work on the Lepanto, maybe. I think the Sims AA is pretty terrible. Let's just pop the heal as we're going in on this. There's too many friends over here right now. We're gonna turn out to the left. You can see we can still control the planes while we're in the middle of the attack animation. We should have a follow-up strike on this. Might be able to follow-up strike on the Sims, but I can't see it. Come on, baby. Whenever we get one. Kitakazi we could probably affect. We have enough stuff over here, it probably... Is it Kitakazi in smoke? Kitakazi is in smoke. I'm gonna bomb the Alaska. See if we can do something over there. Help get these guys in the match. This is what? 6 versus... It's kind of a heads-up fight. But I can't really affect this. And I mean, if the Kitakazi's in smoke, I'm not going to be able to do anything there either.
Autopilot mode enabled.
I don't know. Colorado is isolated. We could work the Colorado, but the Alaska right now is a problem. Did he just beach in front of a Pommern? I think the Alaska's dead before I get there. I don't know if I considered El Colorado. If he just beached in front of this Pommern, this dude's dead. I mean, that's an oof. Yeah, he's gone. R.I.P. friend man. Drop Zeppelin Torps, gets to drop on the Iowa, doesn't get a second drop with that many. There's smoke over here? Lepanto. Okay, it's like, is there DD? What the hell? I'm gonna drop a fighter in this area to give them some heads up. Odds are they probably have fine spotting as it is. But I don't think I considered El Colorado. And we are not winning this. Kitakazi folds back. He's closer to them than they are to him. I don't know. I don't think we can take... I don't think we Citadel this dude. Please aim. Come on, reticle. Just a waste of time. Sims Kitakazi. Could torp the Lepanto. This is not good. Oodaloi might be making plays. Where's the Sims? Can we find the Sims? Friesland doesn't care. He's farming from smoke. Let's try to watch this visual indicator, see when we get detected. Might give us an idea as to where the hell the Sims is. Thank you, Blitz. Congrats on partner. Yeah. Got partner a few days ago, which is pretty cool. I've been hoping for that for a while. Nothing else, I don't know, just kind of proved to myself that I matter. Alright. Decent hit. Getting chunked by the Friesland. We can hard swing on this. We have to pick the line and hold it because once it goes green, it doesn't turn anymore. That was probably a kill. Nope. Come on, guys. Can bomb the Lepanto. This is really awkward. Amern might end up ramming the Colorado. Like, what the hell do you do with this? He's just gonna eat shit from all kinds of different angles. Alright, this is overwhelming. The stuff's getting farmed down. I don't know what the Kitakazi's doing, but I think we'll be okay. Outside of Torps, I can't affect this. I don't know what happens with D. Is he in smoke? He is. That's why he can't spot. I'll pre-drop for the Lepanto. We might be able to get Citadels here. And I will drop a fighter for spotting, because nobody is spotting.
Fighter airborne.
Amern got the Torps. There's the Kitakazi. Kitakazi's not a joke. Whatever. Fuck it. Come back in with the bombs. One? Okay. Thank you very much, Blitz. There's a thing called imposter syndrome where it doesn't matter if you're qualified or not, you just assume that you're not. And you know, I went from nobody giving a shit about me to a lot of people giving a shit about me fairly quickly, which was weird. So it's really easy to think like something's wrong here. So that was, you know, me looking for quote-unquote validation. I mean, it's pretty standard actually when you're put into a situation where things rapidly change like that. Kitakazi probably starts opening up again. He ducks back into cover. We still have 6 planes. Down to 3. The Kitakazi opens up, we definitely don't attack again. Lepanto is bailing. And broadside? Lepanto is smoked, but he's shot. Come on. Nah. Those land. Those land. That lands. I think that's a kill. Maybe. Those land. Yeah. Let's try to bomb the Lepanto.
Our team has taken the lead.
You suffer from it too, especially in the engineering field. That's actually one of the reasons why I think I haven't applied to work in a factory yet, because I watched some videos about factories like,
Our victory is in sight.
you know, big ass gigantic fucking machines warping metal and doing all sorts of crazy stuff, and it's like, oh my god, am I good enough to deal with all this? I mean, realistically, it's just a machine. The machine doesn't give a shit, but still, you know, it's concerning. That's really big. Holy crap. Don't want to die. Let's see. We might be able to drop this twice.
Destination reached. Autopilot mode disabled.
Maybe. We got 2. Son of a bitch. Oodaloi torps this when he pushes. No, no, I gotta get into a firing thing. We lose a plane here. We might lose another one. Cool. That should probably hurt. Kitakazi exposed. No Citadel. Thank you. 2K. Friesland kills this. I don't have to worry about this. Kansas running. Kutuzov running. Lepanto. We probably work on the Lepanto. Because we just did. Veneto dies. Crossed by the Kansas, Lepanto, Kutuzov. He dead. But him pushing forward claimed space, made them run, gave us this cap solidly, which is kind of nice. Congrats, big milestone. Yeah, I am pretty happy that it happened. I was quite excited. I didn't know how to announce it though. Like, people hold parties and giveaways, and I don't know. I mean, it's cool. I'm just doing the thing, man. Alright, gets hit. Clunked for 10. Does the flood stick? Ooh, it does. That's cool. If he keeps flooding, he's dead. That's gonna hit for 10k, he's dead. Well, there we go. Drop the fighter maybe so it spots this. I didn't know I didn't notice the Graf Zeppelin there. How are you, sir? I think we miss. I think I overlet him. Hey, Geronix. $12 seconds? I think we just YOLO this, right? Nope, I don't get to shoot again. Or do I? Nope. Too long. Or? But it said 0. You keep doing you. Congrats. Thank you, Why So Serious? And I know what Y is now, because I went to a school for about factory maintenance. It's a configuration on a motor. CV community had a lack of leadership or someone to represent us in the greater WoW's community. Closest we had was top tier, but he posted that he was hardly around. You were the first to fill that role and we stuck with you since. You represent us. Well, thank you very much, Lord Smiley. I try to be helpful. I do think I'm an asshole. Some people that are... I don't know. I have my good days. The big thing for me is there's an expression. It's hard to hate up close. If you're like, fuck those people, they're terrible people, I hate them, they're awful people, blah blah blah. And then you meet them, you meet their kids, you see a movie with them, you cook them food, they cook you food. Suddenly they're just people, you know? They're not so different anymore. They're just people. So part of what I was hoping to do with this stream was to show carrier play consistently. I mean, Gaishu would show carrier play where he runs around and damage farms and rips people apart. Because he's Gaishu. He does that. He can beat the fuck out of a whole bunch of stuff and win game after game, ripping people apart. I play carrier different than that. And my approach toward teaching CV and anti-CV tactics was, hopefully, if you can get the word out on what the fuck you can do, then somebody goes, oh, well this kind of works. And then they tell somebody, and that person goes, oh, well this kind of works. And then they tell a few people. And yeah, it makes carrier life harder when people know what the fuck to do against the carrier, but at the same time, like, it just makes for a better world. Wasn't paying attention. Anyone else having an issue with a Twitch mission where it's not progressing? So there's, okay. There is a thing, which I think started today, where there are community contributors which have signed up for a slot of one of the things. So there's week 1, week 2, week 3, and week 4. Some community contributors will be, basically, if you watch them for, I think it's up to 4 hours, which is quite a lot of time, but still 4 hours, you can earn a mission for like a 6 or a 10-point commander. I think it's a 6. So I don't know what CCs have that mission this week, but there should be a post or something which would include their names. Mine is week 3. So week 3, you know, if you watch me cumulatively for 4 hours over the course of the entire week, or other people that I guess are on the team that have the mission, then you'd be able to get the mission for this 6-point commander, whoever, from the Battle of the Beasts. It'd be nice if it goes out, but it probably just goes forward. Yeah. It just turns in as well. I wanted to go on the Balti again, but sorry, I'm not paying attention to this point. Yes, 4 hours is a long time, but I mean, you don't have to sit there in the stream. You can just turn on the stream and tab off to something else. Just set it to low resolution and turn off the sound and just, you know, lurk. There's no requirement that you interact with chat. You just have to have the stream open.
Concentrate fire on the designated target.
Hello, Finder Keeper. Like, basically one of the things with World of Warships and Twitch is that by having a very active presence and trying to inspire people to go to Twitch to get drops and to do this and to do that, I mean, it stays a relevant game. There's a lot of promotion for Twitch streamers. And in this case, this little mission thing is like a cool thing that they can do for the community contributors, because there's only so much stuff that they, you know, can offer. Bombs? God, I don't know. We'll take Torps again, I guess. You can also one streamer for a bit and then another one? Yes. So like when it becomes my week or whatever, you know, I'll label that I have the mission somewhere on the announcement, like, hey, I'm streaming.
All forces proceed to the base.
Why'd you leave, bruh? Why'd you leave? We were doing the thing, man. Probably got radared. Okay, well, Balti and Alaska are gonna get dumpstered, which is cool. John Bart's pushing along with the Turpits, Hargumo Z. There's a Cleveland that exists somewhere doing scary Cleveland stuff. I don't know, we'll strike into something over here. We have a heal, so maybe we can go dark with the smoke? No, because the planes will keep us spotted. We have a 5-kilometer throw weight on these throw distance on these torps. So why don't we try to do something like that? Why don't we try to siege a little with the torps? It was a very short list on WoW CC channel. Yeah, I don't think it's a ton of people, but I mean it's a thing. Shit. Well, can bomb the Turpits. The Bear's taking, cool. Contesting, cool. I don't really know what the hell's going on over there. Turpits is YOLOing because he wants to get Torps off, but he's probably just going to take a bunch of shells and die. Jean Bart, we cannot Citadel. These DDs we can't really deal with. I have to give him a fighter so he doesn't get reset. Turpits goes down, cool. He gets shot.
Set a course for the base. Concentrate fire on the designated target.
Massachusetts might clean up the shots. He's going to roll away from the mass to come back in from that angle. Colbert cuts north. He'll be okay. Burns down. Good. So there's still 2 DDs over here, which is a problem. But we do have a Balti or whatever. Where's the Alaska?
Reporting the target position.
Where's the Alaska?
All stations, concentrate fire on the target.
Drop a fighter for spotting. We're gonna have to try and deal with these destroyers. Balti and the Rune. Probably beat the shit out of destroyers they come across. There's the Haragumo, by the way. Please get hurt. Good. I mean, you have radar.
team has taken the lead.
Doesn't want to blow it when it's too early, but I mean, it's okay.
Autopilot
Y'all
mode
got this.
enabled.
Wookiee is week 1 if you're looking for somebody after midnight. Okay, so Wookiee Legend would be somebody that does that. Z's getting hurt. Balti radar goes down in about 15 seconds. Z hopefully goes down. Haragumo, no. Okay, there we go. He got picked up by the Hydro. Z definitely goes down. So now we can work on the Haragumo. Keep these dudes moving up. Yeah, he's looking island hump here.
Fighter airborne.
Attention. Reporting the target position.
This will not be great. And he fades back into smoke soon. Unless he full forwards to dodge. So we keep him lit for another salvo from the cruisers. Could have reversed.
Autopilot mode disabled.
Ooh, those are probably some good shells. Those are Conqueror hits. Okay, stuff up here. I mean, if the Haragumo is just going to be in smoke, I'm not going to get much off of that. Let's see if we can protect kind of this flank a little. Surprise motherfuckered that guy.
Our victory is in sight.
Okay. Hey look, it's a Cleveland. Top the heel. Gonna get all kinds of plane murder here. It's just bail. It's nothing doing. All dead. You did get 2 into the Montana for what it's worth. Cleveland's not a joke. We've got a pretty firm point lead. Balti's trying to run down the Haragumo. His radar should be up soon, so as long as he's not completely getting dunked, Haragumo should go down, especially if the rune actually keeps up. Although maybe I need to help with that.
Concentrate fire on the designated target.
There we go. Whiff. Well, we got a bite out of him. Okay, Balti pops radar. Implacable goes down. I'm sure he stops shooting the Haragumo and clocks the CV. Bait too strong, as it were. Montana goes down. Slava, Mass, Balti. It's just too much stuff. Balti is dead. Implacable is not. Okay, let's try to cut this line.
All stations reporting the position of a strategic target.
Should pop up and over. Which we did. We hurted him a little. We could do that again, maybe. So we'll try to come in on that same line, save some engine boost here. Just need to make sure that we actually have the ability to shoot by the time we run across this dude. Which we can. We can Citadel the Conqueror and start moving up.
Autopilot mode enabled.
Sneaky attack. Oh, that's the game. How much further do we have? I feel like it's probably a lot. We've gone from 80,000 to 194, so we did quite a bit. Yep, the rocket attacks are going away. It's true. They will go away in the next patch. Am I on the list? I'm for like week 3. I'm not for week 1. so I don't know what the list is. Let me see. I might be able to find... What is this week? Dobby Mate, World of Warships, and Andre Rus Solo. Maybe that's a Russian guy. Who else? Painzor, Butien, Trenlas, Kantamirovsky. Probably another Russian one. Twiston. Morph VK. Gamer Undercover. Gumi Samachan. Wookiee Legend. Arcoterium. Me for Tatelnika. S_DMC_5. Julian Heath. Chaos Machine GR, assuming maybe German, and Doobie Cool. Those are the streamers that are doing the thing for week 1. So if you were looking for the 6-point captain, the 6-point captain is going to be one of those streamers. Okay. We just have to bail. That'll block the AA. We'll outrange the Alaska AA soon. Cool. We can bomb the FTG maybe. Posted a link to the thingy a little while ago. So the links don't post in the channel because there were spam bots, so I disabled link sharing on the channel. I don't know how to permit you to do it. So if you want to send the link to me or to a mod, that's something that could work. Hey, CC Horel, thank you very much for the 9 months, dude. Evening all. Double FTG, interesting. Don't know what's in here. Probably be a Holland if it was had the ability to surprise motherfucker us, right? Back in, do it again. Double sit. You can go for a Kitakazi, especially if he's spotted for whatever reason. Harakaze doesn't want to fuck with a Kitakazi. Sent it in a whisper. There you go. Thank you very much, Finder Keeper. See if we can get on this guy before he disappears. Blowing through all the boost. Still spotted, probably because he's on fire. Do we have a line on this? Not a great one, but maybe if they keep taking shots at him, maybe this matters. I mean, set another fire. That might stick. Well, Kitakazi ain't nothing to fuck with, so driving this dude off is useful. Go back to hitting the FTG. We knocked his engine too, so that's probably going to give us Bravo. Major props to the Harakaze for backing in and outspotting this dude.
All stations reporting the position of a strategic target.
Kids moving. Seattle's in a tough pinch. I don't know if I can address that. I think I can just keep working this. Try to take some of the angle pressure off. Although this is kind of obnoxious. Probably turning out, right? So much plane death. Kitakazi shot us. Single set. How many planes? Lost 3 for it. 3's not that bad. Kitakazi's recommitting. This flank is pretty messed up. You have something on the rune, maybe? FTG's bailing. Where's the Drake? Drake's over here. So the Kitakazi Drake split up. That's rough. Fancy V knows what they're doing. I mean, that's a European thing, right? Not detected, so he's not all the way up there. Vlad might clock the Alaska, maybe? We're walking into a Holland's den. This is really stupid. Well, so I have to bail. We'll go on the FTG again. Turn this way, cut back in. Got a flood. I'd have to bomb the Alaska. He did repair the flood. We might get another drop. If we get another flood, that'll be pretty huge. We did not get a flood. Come on, turn! Lose this one, we go with a single drop. Whatever. Bomb the Alaska. Also have to run.
Autopilot mode enabled.
This flank falls. I can't stop that. So FTG was kind of bullied off for a while. If we can dislodge the Alaska, that helps with point gain. Realistically, that's a lot of people to shoot into the Colombo. Seattle is dying. Did you hear they're removing rockets from CVs? No. They're altering the way the attack is done. Striking a destroyer with a rocket plane is going to be similar to trying to torp a destroyer with a rocket, or torp a destroyer. There's going to be there's a significant delay between when you click attack and when the damage interaction happens. The Alaska gets farmed by the Neptunes. It's faster if we can get a Citadel in on it. We did.
Enemy cruiser sunk.
What do we work on here? We work on the Holland. Arkaze versus Holland. Fuck, we're so far out of position. Because that flank was breaking.
Teammate, I need your support.
All stations, protect that target.
Kitakazi's reasserting in Bravo. Please deal with this. Come on.
Fighter airborne.
Fucking not being able to see him shit is ass. Whatever. Whole bunch of nothing there. Torps for the Colombo. Try and get these dudes off the corner of the map. I don't think we'd lose this. This got broken really hard. This is taking way too long. I mean, it's a tier 10 ship, I guess, so that's a big get, maybe, but please go down. Please go down. Lose an Alsace for it. These are fairly healthy, though. How do we have a way in on this? Kinda don't. detected stuff down here.
Fighter airborne.
Can work on the FTG, I guess. Nobody has shots on that. It doesn't matter.
Fighter airborne.
Might get something with that torp, maybe. Striking on the rune if the Holland's not paying attention. God, there's a Massachusetts there too, son of a bitch. It's just, there's nothing to do there. Need the Buffalo to somehow deal with this destroyer.
Fighter destroyed.
Destination reached. Autopilot mode disabled. Autopilot mode enabled.
I think, you know, if we bunker off this, it'll probably be fairly safe. Kitakazi's down there. I mean, these guys can't move in because they're terrified of this destroyer. I can't kill the Kitakazi. I can light him.
All stations, concentrate fire on the target.
Thank Christ. Alright, so the torps are going to come out for the Vlad. Hopefully he knows how to angle to them now. Beaching in front of the Vlad. Oh, man. That was a huge pickup. That was really, really big. Slowed down so much. We got some damage there, right? Goes behind the island. Cool. We could probably swing back in on this. Battleship shells did nothing. We drop with 2 bombs here. Nope, they fell low. We can try to get this.
Destination reached. Autopilot mode disabled.
Yeah, bullets at the moment they don't do damage, it's purely aesthetics. So the FTG's reversing. Should spot from over the island. It does.
Fighter airborne.
There's the kid. How sexy's that?
Attention, reporting the target position.
I would love to help you, bro, but I can't. Let's pull forward here. Nope. I want to, though. If that hits on the nose, it's a kill.
Fire on the enemy warship.
Enemy battleship sunk.
I guess it's just a kill. Also good. Kaga might fight her. Kaga does fight her. 1 strike. Rockets for this. I wish...
Reporting the target position.
I'm sorry, dude. I wish I could help you. You're so far by the time I get there, like... How in the hell would I do anything? Oh, maybe. Maybe? He's not dead yet. Like, maybe if I'd gone out there immediately? Buffalo dead? Son of a bitch. Alright, bruh. Let's see if we can save Operation Harakaze. I was helping. Is he just not spotted? Is that what it is? Is he outspotting like a pro? Now they're firing. Holy fuck. Okay. I didn't realize that. I thought he was being like... they were in a gunfight. No. I'm sorry, dude. Big torps. I'm at fucking planes. People tell me you're OP. Move the fuck faster. His AA isn't on because he's busy. We have a kill here if our dude doesn't die. I'm sorry, dude. I should have known. I should have known. Fuck.
We've sunk an enemy destroyer.
My apologies, friend. Dude gets 2. This guy made crazy plays. Really sorry about that, man. I just thought... Fuck. FTG is... How many planes do we lose going over a kid? Because it's gonna be a bunch. Dodged flak, good. Lost 2. 2 survivable. Torps. That hurt.
Battle ends in 5 minutes.
Kid's still a problem.
All stations requesting fire on the designated target.
Can get this guy. Thunder hits the kid, right?
Attention.
Thunder?
Target
Thunder,
position.
bro? Thunder, friend?
Fighter airborne.
That's a kill. Can work on the kid now.
Enemy battleship sunk.
Big hits. Wish it was HE. Fuck. This torp's off. Well, I guess not. Nope, does. Get this dude. They might start moving forward now. I had to help that Harakaze, son of a bitch. Well, I mean, it could have been different. I mean, realistically, how many shots do I get? Come on. Fuck. All we're really doing is getting resets. Not doing anything. Lion, sure. Well, no, because if I contest the cap, it doesn't matter. Probably still has his AA on, so if we pop this, he shoots it, right? Yeah.
Fighter airborne.
This will be a kill. Fuck off. Work on something over there.
Enemy destroyer foundered.
I mean, it's double battleship. And again, if they shoot me, they're not shooting my team.
Mode enabled.
CVOP. Hey Sith, hey Sea Raptor. If you have not seen the Sea Raptor, you should. Oh, I guess we probably got raided, I'm sorry. Okay, we'd loot, maybe we can hit the lion. Maybe we can do something here. I mean, if we hit the Holland, that might not have saved the Harakaze. The torp that the Harakaze landed was huge. Okay, so we're gonna overlead, catch the line, something like there. Slides into it, right? Got a little damage. 10 seconds, we can't do anything else. Unless they get kills, but I don't think they do. I suppose we can still take off. How do you know what plane to be using? It's really going to come down to what are you trying to do. I guess there's two things. I was reported. Well, there were some banned CV guys. We were so close to 200. Sad times. Okay, so first off, I'm going to do this. I'm going to pimp the YouTube page because we have a whole bunch of people that just showed up. So hello, everybody. This is a YouTube thing. If we look at this, I'm going to search the channel for target and CV target selection. So I'll go ahead and I'll post this link in chat. But the reason why I wanted to show this is I have a lot of stuff that I've kicked up to this YouTube page, and honestly, it's just going to be overwhelming. So if you look in playlists, we have 94 lessons, which is frankly quite a lot. Talking about commander skills, recommended, etc. New CV builds. I think this was more of an introduction thing. CV placement. Do you scout or do you harass DDs? When do you heal with torpedo bombers? A whole section explaining AA, talking about fighters, bombing angles, lots of stuff. Literally almost 100 lesson videos, approximately 2 to like 7 minutes in length. There's also talking, which is kind of semi more personal. People ask me questions, I kind of riff and give responses, so some of them I suppose might be a little controversial, but some of them are interesting. Regrind streams, which is what we're doing now, where literally it's like, this is the US CV line, and we just start at tier 4 and go all the way up to the tier 10. We're on our second regrind for the Japanese, which is what we're doing now. Ranked seasons are all kicked up. Match of the day isn't about me getting some crazy high number Duncan kids. Match of the day could be losses. I don't care. I just want there to be something about the match which was invested. Like, for instance, the game that we just came out of was, well, it was investing. We didn't win, but there was a whole lot of trying, and I find that to be the most interesting. What do you do in that situation? But specifically, somebody had asked, you know, how do you know what planes you pick? Every time you recall, okay, some people look 5 minutes into the future. Some people look 10 minutes into the future. I look 1 minute into the future. I just don't have the RAM in my head to do that. If I play chess, I play the next move. Maybe 2 to 3 moves ahead. I don't play 10 moves or 30 moves ahead, which makes me not as capable a player as other people that can think that far ahead, but I do what I can. So every time I'm recalling, I'm looking at the map. What needs help? That needs help. What can I do to help it? I can bomb it. I can torp it. Bombs will be more effective. I pull bombs. If I don't have bombs, well, I can torp it at least, so I take torps. You wish you would have known about that when grinding the midway? Yeah, there's a lot. Okay, so what I would like to say is, you want to like Shikaku so much, but you always struggle to get the ship to perform. The Japanese line is sluggish. That's actually part of its balancing characteristic, is that it's sluggish. Good damage, sluggish aiming. So you have to take long attack lines where you're not deviating from your course to allow the aiming to zone in, which can be obnoxious. It's actually pretty tough to play other CVs and then jump onto the Japanese ones where it's just like, wow, does this really take this long? Also, I do want to point out, there are, let's see, we'll do replay stuff. I recently uploaded a replay review stream, which is, there were some surface ships as well as many CVs. I'll be uploading another one, but I do anti-carrier tactics. So if you're in a situation where you're in a destroyer or you're in a battleship and you get wrecked by a carrier and it's just like, I hate this. Why did they design this? This is murderously awful. Ouija, I hate you, whatever. Save the replay. I'll do a replay review on it for free to try to see what options you had. Sometimes you don't have options. Sometimes the option is you die. But there's actually, if you look up anti-CV tactics, there are different things for that. For instance, this new Strashimi one is 33 minutes long. This is actually quite in depth in terms of what a CV, or sorry, what a destroyer can do in a CV game. You've done Brit and US carriers? British carriers are actually kind of an advanced line. I tend to recommend the US line, then the Japanese line, and then Brit/German are kind of advanced. Yeah, Brits and US torps are very slow. That is true. So, because we have so many people, thank you very much for the raids. I assume it was Sea Raptor, but I got flooded with a whole bunch of follows. It was Sea Raptor, so thank you very much for the raid, Sea Raptor. Initially, I'm going to be doing a scouting run. It's only 1 DD. That's rare. So what I'm going to be doing is dropping a fighter within the alpha cap, so that if a destroyer comes in to try to take it, he might actually get spotted by this, so the destroyer might have to gun it down before able to go in. And then we're going to continue. So this is going to be up for a minute, which means battleships coming in, cruisers coming in, they have the potential to be spotted as they move forward, giving these guys information. Although, I mean, I could try to be more direct with it, but I'm going to come over here and try to spot this as well. Because I want to give my team an idea of what it's going against so that it can make good decisions. Might be going for a CV snipe here. Seattle popped defensive fire. We can see the angry red flak. There's the CAG.
Autopilot mode disabled.
If it's a torp reload booster, we could be on top of this, but he's got a York Kabuki. With the Japanese line, when you start the attack with rockets, you can slam on the brakes and hard turn like 90 degrees, which can allow you to try to find broadsides. Although I guess this guy just doesn't care. Maybe he's just like, well, there's a CV, I'm dead, and he's just not gonna play.
Fighter airborne.
Or maybe he is AFK. Interesting. I don't know what this is.
Fighter airborne.
Autopilot mode enabled.
Nope, did with the Fiji. I think he's going to try to CV snipe. If you're doing a CV snipe, never come in with a full squadron. He's going to attack, loses one plane coming in, shoots, 5 planes remain. Then the defensive fighter, these 4 planes are going to kill 4 planes. So he just wasted 4 planes. If he came in where he pre-dropped, came in with 6, he loses 1, shoots with 3, and then the fighter kills 2. That was pretty derpy there, Mr. CAG. Yeah, so the Shikaku rockets inherited the old Lexington reticle, which is extremely tight during the reticle rework, but do know that in patch 10.5, rockets are being reworked again. They're gonna have a much different interaction pattern where you have to you basically select a target on the water, and 5 seconds later the rockets will shoot. So, for instance, pick a spot. We just picked this, and the rockets shoot, kind of thing like that. But we'll have to lead 5 seconds into the future. It's gonna be different. Okay, well the CV's not back, so I don't know what the hell he's doing. Keep an eye on the Hizen. He's with the Ibuki. I don't know. If he was divved with a battleship, he might have been going for a CV snipe attempt, but I don't understand what the hell the long-term commit to strike me for not enough damage to kill me. Well, sometimes the answers are you die. I mean, sometimes the enemy team picks a position or does a thing. They kill your teammates, you run out of friends, the flank breaks, they move in aggressively. Sometimes the answer is there is no answer. You just go down. You know, you got outplayed. But often there's going to be something that you might not have factored in, or a lot of CV play threatens positions on the map. So you control what your position is. You control where you go, why you go there, what you do when you get there. That's all, you know, that's all something that's completely within your control. Taking shots from the battleship along the way. We get one more drop here. I don't think we get more than that. He came back with another full squad, so once again, he's going to shoot us. He loses 1 on the way in. He ate flak. Loses 1, loses a few more actually because he ate flak, and then the fighter's going to clean up the remainder. Also, since he shot us before, we're starting to have a saturation mechanic, which means we take less damage from the rockets because they're HE rockets. So this was just stupid. Like, this is a waste of time. That's a really poor way to play. mean, you have to lead with the main battery, so leading with the rockets makes sense. However, the perspective from the squadron makes me think it's going to take some serious getting used to. Yeah, so the best... Yeah, that's... We'll just take that and go. Well, he discovered there are other things to shoot, so there's that.
Problem solved, sir.
Could be trying to learn how to Sneevy snipe? I mean, I guess. I don't know. So, here's the best way to think of the rocket changes. If you've been in a destroyer, you've been torped by a CV. Potentially, you ate torps. I mean, that certainly could be a thing. But when I drop these torps, we're going to go through an animation. So we're going to watch the animation now. We go through an animation, and then once this prep timer is done, we could drop. And the torps are going to land, and then you're going to see the torps, and then they're going to move, and then, boop, they're going to arm. So there's this period of time from where you start your attack, then you commit your attack, and then you actually have the damage interaction. So if you've torped a DD, you basically put that reticle 4 seconds ahead of where the destroyer is. They saw your planes coming. They saw you drop the torps. They see the lines of the torps coming in before they arm, so they can slow down, they can turn in, they can turn out, they can do whatever they're going to do. Because there's a telegraphed animation that says, I'm doing this, and then they get a visual read as the torps are moving up. The rocket planes are going to be similar, but unlike the torps are going to be just aligned. So, I mean, they could chase you, they could continue their interaction. If they're 35 knot torps and you're 35 knot DD, they might straddle you and then you're just kind of stuck there. The rockets are just going to be, you select a spot. Oh, wait, no, fuck that. Miss. You see the animation? As soon as the player's going to click the button, you're going to see the rocket planes start to separate off and come down. You'll see basically an animation if you watch the planes. Meaning, the CV has now picked a spot on the water and cannot change that anymore. So you can slam on the brakes, and then you won't go that far. Or you could turn out, in which case you'll juke it. Or you could turn in. There's a whole bunch of different style, like, options there. You might still catch some rockets, maybe, but theoretically, if you were very observant and you're watching the planes, you could just juke it entirely. That being said, if you're in the middle of like fighting another destroyer and you're busy, well, you don't have the time to be staring at some planes. So they could lead you 5 seconds and you're, you know, bobbing and weaving, wham, you get nailed by rockets. The purpose of the rocket change, at least from my perspective, like from a game perspective, is if you have a Kagero that's off in the middle of nowhere doing crazy Kagero stuff, and I trip across the CAG with my rockets, well, it's hard for me to spot him because his aerial detection's low, but I can drop a fighter over him because he has shitty AA. Well, now he's spotted. So I come around with the rockets, wham, I hit him. Come around with the rockets, wham, I hit him again. He can mitigate the damage, but he's going to get hurt. With the new rocket change, the ability for me to find a destroyer and then accurately just deal damage to a destroyer off somewhere in the middle of nowhere on the map is extremely low. The chance for me to deal damage, or the amount of damage I deal, is going to be very, very low, which means the ability for the CV to just handle the problem is kind of going away. So you can spot the destroyer for somebody else to take shots, or if the DD and the other person are actively engaged, then you can try to interact with it as well, take your shot, try to add some damage.
Good luck, everyone.
But you're not going to be like, it's not going to be rocket planes find DD, DD gets murdered. That's going away. They're firing the machine guns, which cause the water to splash before the rockets come down. Yeah, so when they start their attack, the planes are higher in the air, so they start to come down to the water to separate. You start seeing machine gun fire, brrr, riding tracers up to where the reticle is. They shoot into the reticle for a half a second to a second, and then the rockets fire. So if you're looking for the visual indication of the machine guns, you're only going to have about a second worth of notice. But if you look at the planes, you'll be able to watch the animation. It's like if you watch the bombers for the US line, they're dive bombers. So once the person clicks the button to select the spot on the water, they lift up. Well, as soon as they picked that spot, so like here we're on a Kagero. Kagero doesn't have any AA to bully off. We could drop a fighter. Well, okay, the Massachusetts is close enough to be a dick. So we're gonna be able, hopefully, to strike this dude and deal a fair amount of damage. But, I mean, I don't know. We're gonna hard cut in here, see if we can bleed some of the slide up distance. And that's not gonna be great, but it's something. Hit him for 2. Just turns out and we don't get a good shot. Oh, no, he didn't turn. Stayed broadside. That's gonna hurt. That hurt a lot. Let's stay on the CAG. Haven't spotted over here. We'll stay on the CAG because the Massachusetts is not pursuing and he's continuing to run away from his support. Let's see. The crazy thing is he just needed to be 1 to 2 kilometers back. So he was at like 6.5 away from the Massachusetts. Maybe 5.5. Yeah, if he was 2 kilometers back at 3.5, I don't have that interaction. Took me 2 shots to come in on it. If the Massachusetts is on top of it, I only get to shoot 1 and I have to rush it. And at this point, he's just hard spotted by surface ships, so he's dead. Right, so that's down. We could drop a fighter for spotting, and then we need to go see what's going on over here. Just what I think we'll do. So I'll do that for informational purposes. We'll go see what's over here. Maybe there's a DD in the center.
Fighter airborne.
It's possible. So the machine gun strafe will be like the torp drops. A little similar, because you're going to see those lines from the torps coming, right? Well, you'll see the bullets from the bullets from the machine guns coming, so it'll be very similar. Basically, they're just adding a delay. I mean, I can torp the Atago. I'm not going to hit every time, especially if he's maneuvering, you know, as much as he's maneuvering. Or maneuvering as much as he can. But, like, if the Atago's close enough that he's scared of shells, if he's on an island and he can't move, we're going to get torps into the Atago. We're going to do some damage. So if we can torp an Atago, then that means we'll be able to rocket an Atago with the little, like, 4 to 5 seconds in the future thing. But in terms of destroyers, they're just so small and they're so maneuverable that it's really likely that we're just not going to take much damage at all. We're going to strike and turn away from this AA, plus there's a fighter there, so we definitely have to turn out. Hard turn, slow down, turn away from the fighter.
Fighter destroyed.
I only have the 5 planes, plus I lose 1 to AA. I think I can strike the Atago again. So like here, he doesn't have much ability to move, right? So he slides into the torps. So like, we'll still have the ability to rocket stuff. We'll still have the ability to have that interaction. It's just really gonna alter the carrier to destroyer situation. What do I think of the Issei? That comes out of NDA on June 4th. So I haven't recorded anything for it, but I have played a few games, so I'll get to be able to give, well, at least what thoughts I have on it on June 4th. So, I don't know, 2-3 weeks, something like that. You might get a fighter there. Can we do something about this so it's not just like them walking forward curb stomping people? Because all of our stuff is in the south. That might work out okay. I think we get 2 there. I think he's dead. Yeah. So when he went into the hard turn, he slowed down. He could have outrun the first torp if he just continued. We do have a heal here. which we might have to use. Up the heel this way. Don't really know where the Odin is going. But if this guy shoots, he might increase his aerial detection to where this fighter can spot. Give them some kind of information. So the heel healed up the third plane, which just kind of gives us the ability to come in and make one drop. We can start to push here.
Autopilot mode enabled.
Parzival is pushing. That's kind of cheeky. Banking on this Odin murdering everybody, but there is smoke. Hello, I am Bort. Hello. Okay. Probably bomb the Odin, get some citadels there. He is starting to isolate. Atago, Eugen are a thing. These guys are trying to play safe, but it's getting pretty rough. They might actually be hydroed by the Odin by now. He should have a 6-kilometer hydro, and he does seem to see the torps coming. One.
Enemy battleship sunk.
We might proc that fighter. Might be able to shell down the... Well, if they can murder these cruisers... Yeah, this is tough. Tago heals, Eugen heals. These guys are moving up though, so there's possibilities there. Vlad might take shots. I don't know. I think we actually have to kite out this and try to somehow keep our Talin not dead. And also try to bully some space for the Harakaze. Oh, that's cheeky, fucker. Come on, man. You just told him where to hydro you. Oh, buddy. Eugen, I don't know if the Eugen has a hydro, but if he does, he's just gonna run this dude down. Eugen just shot, so I don't need to drop a fighter to light him. Try to somehow rescue this flank. Cool. Come out with torps, maybe? At this point, we can push. Because it's just going to be an Eugen. Maybe the Vlad tries to dunk us from range. Hello and good morning from Germany. Well, hello and good evening from the US. The current rocket plane reticle seems first and third passes. It means more oval, the second narrows. No, there's no variance in that. There's no weirdness to the reticle. It's just... I do a lot of hard turning with the rocket reticle to try to set up broadsides. So sometimes it aims faster than other times. We do have the Daka Daka sound, which means the fighters are engaged. And we'll start to heal through the fighter damage. Torpedo planes can heal. If we get 2 torps in on the Eugen, he's down. That's going to free up this flank. Arakaze Talin can recommit. This dude is dead. Still have 3 torps. We could try to work on something. Fighter to spot the Parzival.
Enemy cruiser foundered.
That'll linger for a little while. I don't have shots on this, but I do have a shot on the Parzival. We can come back and torp him again with we have 3 torpedoes on deck. Whatever, we'll just go with that. I think I got 2 off.
Destination reached. Autopilot mode disabled.
This is potentially pretty sus coming over here, getting murdered by battleships. But, you know, could work. Could be a thing. Then again... I don't know. I mean, if we could bury ourselves on this island... I don't know. Seems pretty sus, to be fair. That hits, come back in, do it again. Second verse, same as the first. Just, this is one giant cluster of awful, of unpleasant and bad, so... Too many people's...
Destination reached. Autopilot mode disabled.
All of the torpedo planes we took in got murdered, so... Might be able to clock the Odin here. We only get one off that. Maybe two if we get lucky. Just the one. But the Odin might go down, which will be useful. Rocket plane strike for the Talin. Might get him. Don't. Let's try not to light the Harakaze here. I really just wanted to pull that out for spotting. Parzival goes down, Odin goes down, these guys are running, they're capping. It's looking pretty good for the home team.
Autopilot mode enabled.
Guten Morgen. Okay. This dude's just such a champ. This is the second time I've had this dude. This food's fucking great. Constantly where he needs to be, doing the shit he needs to be doing. He's in a position that's aggressive enough to get stuff done, but safe enough to make sure he's not murdered while doing it. Much, much love to that guy. So your rocket plane reticle's ovalness is based completely on turning into the attack run, regardless of whatever. Alright, so what this oval is, what this reticle is, we can try to talk about this real quick. If we look at, so where this is, you know, we put the oval right there. This is where it's going to lock in. We didn't move, we didn't turn, that's where it locks in. If we sped up, you know, it would lock in. It takes, oh god. In terms of aiming, how can we explain this? I mean, I guess this really isn't done because we're still kind of in the shit of it, right? Where this reticle is where we finish aiming. If you see, if we speed up, it goes further. If we slow down, it comes in. Meaning if we hold our current speed trajectory, we don't turn, that's where our reticle is as dialed in as possible. It's as good as it's gonna get. Now if we turn, you'll see it's gonna start to flare out or not aim. So it takes longer for it to dial in. But if we hold the line for long enough, it's gonna dial in to that inner size reticle. So in here, if we slam on the brakes and we hard turn, like I tend to do, because we hard turned, we weren't aiming. But now that we picked our line, we're aiming and we get to shoot. So we need a certain amount of time in order to finish aiming. We need a certain amount of time to dial in the reticle.
Autopilot mode enabled.
Which is important. So this reticle is a reference point. This is not where the attack is per se. It's where the attack dials in, assuming you don't speed up or slow down. And you can still manipulate the reticle. So here we're going to put the reticle ahead of the Vlad because he's moving toward us, but I'm going to slam on the brakes and pull the reticle back in underneath the planes. Try to get the better down angle to look for citadels. Shooting at us. If we're taking shots for the team, that's kind of useful. The likelihood that he murders us straight up is low. See, he's really on the edge of like too fucking close. But not dead yet. We can rocket the Edinburgh. The Vlad goes down. To me or to him, the Vlad goes down. Oh, you fucking serious? I was like, how in the hell is he not dead? What a champ. We can rocket the Edinburgh. So the Edinburgh is looking to turn in, or at least looks like he is. We do want to catch this broadside. We're gonna put the reticle before the target, so that means it's going to firm up before the target, and we can manipulate it a bit, which would screw up the aiming a little, so that we can have a dialed in reticle trying to make a shot. And once again, he's turning, so we're going to slam on the brakes, but he's down. So wait till finishing the turn before clicking to start the attack. So I might not be showing this correctly. So I'm going to hop into a training room real quick just to explain it. So there's a few things you have to know about the Japanese rocket reticle. Japanese planes require long attack lines. You have a long telegraphed attack sequence to be able to interact with something. So they're very strong, but they're hindered in how sluggish they are and how locked in they are when trying to go for something. But the rockets are extremely maneuverable. Yeah, it looks like that, but there's a part where it's maneuverable and there's a part where it's not. So, we're going to look at what the rockets can do in reference to our carrier. You said the show was the same as the Lexington. The reticle. This reticle is what the Lexington used to have. The current Lexington has a different reticle, which is larger and more obnoxious. It's kind of like the Midway's HVAR reticle is smaller, and the Midway's rocket reticle sucks. So let's look at the Shikaku. Let's start the attack and wait until this goes green and turn on to the Shikaku. I'm holding the A key. We can't turn. You're locked on this line. You can drift a little to the left, you can drift a little to the right, but you're locked on the line. So you don't get to maneuver post-attack. You only get to maneuver during the orange part, which is here. We can maneuver during this part, but once it locks in, it stops maneuvering. So we just have to try to slow down and give it as much time as possible to aim. So one of the things that the Japanese can do, which all the nations can do except the US cannot cut the 90-degree turn. It just doesn't work that way. Is that we can start this, slam on the brakes, hard turn, set our line, and then hold the line as it firms up to get the shot. So that's, you can do that in Germans, you can do that in British, you can do that in Japanese. You cannot do that on the US, except for the Enterprise. The Enterprise also has the old Lexington reticle. The Enterprise was very similar to what the Lexington was. It just had slight variations. But when they made when they changed the rockets 9 or 10 months ago, all rockets were delivered broadside. That was the change. So it used to be that the Shikaku had a small circle and the British Implacable had a large circle. So you could come in from any angle and still be able to hit because you had a circle. Well, because I guess destroyer players, they might not play CVs. There might be people that don't interact with CVs that don't know this. They just went, fuck it. All rockets are broadside now. And that's what they did. Good night, Lord Smiley. So the Enterprise reticle got moved to the Shikaku. The Enterprise actually had like the Midway reticle for a moment, which sucked. And then they went, oh, this is bad. So they changed it to whatever the current one is, which is not as bad as the Midway, but it's still kind of large. So currently, the Shikaku and the Enterprise reign supreme on being able to bully destroyers at tier 8. Well, really for all the carriers. They are kind of the best at what they do, but in patch 10.5, the reticles for the rockets are going to change significantly, and no carriers will be amazing with rockets.
Action stations.
You finished your Midway grind 2 weeks ago, so that's what you're basing your question on. I honestly don't remember the British grind, and definitely free XP'd through most of it. Okay, I might be misunderstanding part of your question. I thought maybe there was a misunderstanding because I mentioned the Lexington. The attack profile for the Lexington planes versus the Japanese planes are different because the Lexington cannot cut those hard turns. Also, you can still maneuver with the Lexington, with the US rocket planes after you finish the green. Not as much. Well, you can maneuver more, but the accuracy penalty is very punishing. seems in some way Wargaming is catering to DD players that don't know how to counter CVs. Well, here's a different way to look at it. How many players are needed to prevent planes from wrecking a Shimakaze? 1 player? 2 players? 3 players? Probably 2. Because the Shimakaze needs AA that it can fold back to keep itself safe, rather than having some rocket planes just come over, drop a fighter, and then start dumpstering it. So in that interaction, the Shimakaze needs 2 players to bully off 1 player, which is tough. Now granted, it's a strength of the class, but still, it's tough. So by changing rockets, the weakest, lowest health, which is the most vulnerable to accurate fire, is going to have some of the pressure relieved off of it, so that if a CV encounters it in the wild, whatever, if the CV encounters it in the wild, it'll be more like a 1v1 interaction that the destroyer can outplay. The CV won't really be able to gain any traction. The CV will need assistance dealing with the destroyer. So it turns it into like a 2 versus 2 sort of thing. The destroyer wants somebody to help keep it safe and get the planes fucking off of it so it stops being detected. The CV needs surface ships to be able to shoot and deal damage. Can anybody hit this? No. Whatever. Sorry, I'm talking a lot. The voice is kind of starting to raw up, so I might just talk less. The penalty is what you were talking about. Penalty. Like the accuracy penalty? I guess. Okay, well, this is not a great line, but we can interact with this. Oh my god. Come on. Whatever. I can't. Oh my god, Okacha, buddy, what are you doing? Okay. Right, well, this is moving. This looks like a lemming train over to Charlie. Cleveland's gonna be extremely hard to dislodge, but the smoke is down, so I suppose we could spot. Do you have anybody that could take shots? Maybe a Gneisenau?
Get back.
Dead. He gets run down and murdered. Anshin might go down. But I mean, how does this guy hold off like 6 or 7 different ships? Cleveland's AA is off because he wants to be undetected. Fuck. Can't do anything with that. Just peeled off because of the fighter. I don't have shots on the mass. Try to get out to 6 kilometers before we recall so we don't eat Massachusetts flak on the way out. Come back out with torpedoes. Hatsu, buddy, if you can trade, at least trade, maybe. If you could trade, that'd be great.
Autopilot mode enabled.
So close, it's close. Anshin's down to 1K, bruh. 100, come on, trade, dude. Some shells out from the Gneisenau. Fuck.
That was a great battle.
Lost the DD, we're gonna lose the Gneisenau because he's too heavy committed. Mass goes down, maybe. Mass goes down.
Fighter airborne.
Maybe. There we go. Okay, Nagato, Byron? Byron has 43k. Getting people off the board is going to be more important. No, Gneisenau is about to make the turn, so we need to distract the Nagato. Probably doesn't care, but I mean, maybe he does. Miss. Not gonna miss. Yeah, they did. Okay. He's gone. If he just hung out on that island, just kind of played Captain Cockblock for a while, that probably would have been beneficial. But he did not. Thanks for answering all the questions. You're helping us understand a frequently misunderstood class. Well, that is the goal. And once again, the YouTube channel has a lot of information. The anti-CV tactics stuff has a lot of information. There really is quite a bit there. So if you want to check out the YouTube, it's not monetized because I don't have enough people to monetize it. So don't worry, it's not about ad revenue. It's really just an online storage for a shitload of information. And it's cool when you get more subscribers. It's fun. So there's that too. Can't go on the Nagato with all the fighters. Well, actually, that's just... it's a Regio fighter. I don't know. It'd be so nice if the Cleveland got taken out. Cleveland's down! Go on the Nagato here, or do we just die on the way in? Maybe not. Tier 6, tier 6. Maybe. Fighters down. Single Citadel will do it. Slam on the brakes to pull it underneath. Something like that. Maybe one? To get a Citadel.
Enemy battleship destroyed.
I could slam over here, but I mean, if this push doesn't get blunted, we just get murdered, so... I do tend to like being in a position back here. Can tuck into cover if I have to. Byron pushes, Ismail pushes, Fubuki. Fubuki dies to the Hatsuhara. Nice. Probably. Probably. Why is he spotted? I guess we'll have to respot the Fubuki. We get this guy to broadside and a bunch of people? Sure.
Support the allied target.
Acknowledged.
All stations, concentrate fire on the target.
Come on, bruh. Here for you, buddy. Turns into the torps. Dead. Lose planes for that.
Fighter airborne.
It's a Viserys.
Autopilot mode enabled.
Just go forward. That's all you gotta do. You just gotta go forward. Might have to manual control this. Yeah, fuck it. I think we just bail. Take some shots, open water, but if they're shooting us, they're not shooting the team, so that's gonna be okay. I do have an engine boost consumable. This guy seems to be fairly busy. Nope, turning out. Ranger is super running away. How far do you go? How far do you turn? What the shit? Oh, Nasaccio, how cute. There we go. Well, son bitch. Guess we have to deal with this now.
Airborne. Protect that area.
Fun. Secret mission DDs. It's over here. Can we get a reset? Oh, he's smoked. Okay. So there is our bestest, favoritist, most happiest good friend of ours. He wants to show us his cool potato salad recipe that he made. We have to deal with this other shit though. Like, we have to deal with the Byron Ismail. We can't just derp around running from an Asasio all fucking game. This is gonna hurt.
Fighter airborne.
I don't know if we make this shot because of the island height. No. The Asashio has terrible AA, but it's incredibly sneaksy. Just have to fucking run. We have to go. We have to kill this stuff. We have to deal with this shit. We don't get to run from the Asashio all game.
All stations, reporting the position of a strategic target.
Buddy.
Get back!
Going the wrong way, bruh. Whatever. He doesn't care.
All stations, proceed to capture that area. All forces, capture that area.
2 citadels? What? Oh no, it's plain death. That he dropped all the way back there. It's like, what? Why would you do this? 2 citadels will be a kill here. Please aim. That works too. Not scared of the Viserys. Oh my god. Ranger's just charging forward to get murdered. Bruh! He doesn't have any health. Fuck. Cool. Buddy!
I need air support.
Wake the fuck up! Buddy!
All stations, reporting the position of a strategic target.
Oh my god. This dude. This dude.
Fighter airborne.
Dude, when he kills you, you deserve this. You've had minutes to figure this shit out, friend. Minutes.
Concentrate fire on the target.
He gets so dunked. Oh, no, maybe you made the turn. God damn it. Farragut's gonna back cap A, which is cool. Whatever. I don't know. Farragut via Asashio. I don't know. West Virginia goes down. I don't know what the Amagi's doing. Hopefully he's not dead. Ranger probably works on the Asashio until he eats Asashio Torps and dies. We don't have fighters for you, friend. West Virginia goes down. Not detected. Viserys is probably flexing back for the Amagi. Why do I have to be everywhere? There's the Viserys. Oh yes, keep hard turning. I agree with this. You really want to turn. That's fucking great! You can work on the Asashio now. Farragut finishes capping A. It's going to be huge because the CVs aren't going to be able to cap A. 5 minutes, they could definitely bully down me. Whatever, I gotta get this. I have to fucking deal with this. The level of obnoxiousness is just stupid.
I need support. Roger.
Hard turn? Nope, he's in a torp.
Provide anti-aircraft fire support.
All stations, reporting the position of a strategic target.
Buddy, I want to help you, but there's shit going on everywhere. So can we just not right now?
Battle ends in 5 minutes.
Please fucking die.
Enemy destroyer blown up.
Whatever. Let's see, I've got 3 fighters. Amagi is being harassed by the Parzival. Start pre-dropping so we can start dealing with this. No, because we can heal. Shots from the Amagi. Amagi has health. That's great. Whiff. We have a heal. So when we attack, we're gonna pull his defensive fighter, which is not up at the moment because he wasn't spotted. So the defensive fire is launching now, but it's too late. So defensive fighter has a 10-minute cooldown. No, 10-minute duration. And then after that it goes on cooldown. And it's got a 40-second cycling. Also, only one type of plane can come off the deck at a time. So when he was pulling his bombs or whatever, it was delaying the fighter. Not that it mattered, they just shot him, so who cares? Jesus fuck. My god. It's like shit going on everywhere. Fuck.